You have such a legacy of a career. Would you mind talking to me really quickly about a few of them?
Go ahead.
And playing my favorite game?
Yeah, let's do it.
If something comes to your mind, fly on the wall moment, something nobody knows, I'm gonna go straight to Gremlins.
First time I saw the puppets, not realizing they were puppets. Okay, so the little Mogwai, right?
Gizmo!
Yeah, Gizmo. So he's up on the counter and he's moving around and he's doing all this stuff and I was like, it's real. It's alive. They've got a real thing. I don't know what the thing is, but it's a thing and it lives. So I thought it was real until I then looked underneath the floorboard and there was like 11 guys laying underneath and they're all working these different hydraulics and stuff and moving the eyes and moving the eyelashes and moving everything. And they got me because there is that one scene in the movie where I'm going like this. I go, raise your arms, and he raises his arms, blink your eyes. That was all real. I was like, maybe if I catch him off guard, he'll show me he's really alive. So that's what I was doing, and Joe caught that magical moment, and that actually ended up in the film.
I love
Bam.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's Joe Dante, the amazing director. Okay, Goonies, masterpiece!
So many great things. You know, I'm still close with every one of them. Sean and I are still like brothers. Key and I are still brothers. Jeff and I still talk all the time. Like, we are all still a family.
Really?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, 30 whatever years later, and we still write each other Merry Christmas on a thread email. I'm not joking. Like, the way Steven was for you, the way he was like a father figure to you when you needed him and he was like there for you, same thing with Dick Donner for me. Like, he was literally like my everything because I didn't have a dad. I didn't have anybody, you know, to really lean on. And he was the guy that paid for my rehab. He was the guy that was there for me when I needed help. He was the one that, you know, would go in and say, Corey Feldman is a stand-up guy. Don't believe these ridiculous rumors are spreading, you know, and he was always there for me. My number one memory of Goonies is the family that we created and the love we created, and it still resonates today.
Oh, that electric connection, that chemistry.
Yeah.
It's real.
Absolutely.
Because we all feed off of it. It's as current as any movie, and it is a gold standard. I have never not heard, as of so recently, everybody trying to say, well, it's going to be like Goonies. I mean, it really is.
Right. And not only that, but there's a sequel apparently that's been on IMDb for the last 20 years, but it's never gone into production.
Would you ever do it if it did?
Listen, back when Dick was alive, we were all pining for it. In fact, Sean and I actually wrote a treatment at one point.
Really?
And we presented it to Dick and Steven's assistant and Chris, and they loved it, but they said it was too expensive at the time, which I didn't understand. I'm like, if you're going to do a sequel to this movie, it's got to be expensive.
In the words of Pretty Women, big mistake, huge.
Right.
The Lost Boys!
Well, Corey. That's... yeah. I mean, how can I think of Lost Boys and not think of Corey first? But bittersweet. We met on that film.
Really? That's where you met?
That's where it all happened. In fact, it was before we started production. It's in the wardrobe room. I'm sitting there doing my fitting. Joel Schumacher's on the phone, and he says, oh, my God, I'm so excited about this. We have the best cast ever. We have the two Coreys.
So, Joel.
And I go, two Coreys? What do you mean two? There's only one. I'm right here. You know, and he's like, no, two Coreys. And then I found out because I get a call on my answering machine from Corey, who says, hey, man, what's up, dude? It's Corey Haim. So we're going to be working together, bro. It's going to be awesome. So I figured maybe, you know, since we're in the same town, we're working on a movie together, maybe we should, like, get together and, like, go to the beach or something. Give me a call, bro. Let's hang. We got together. We went to the beach. Our dads met. We threw a football around. And the rest is history.
I can't even talk about this movie without getting emotional because I was the host of Turner Classic Movies, The Essentials, for 3 years. And I picked this movie to talk about. We did 30 movies a year. And I think it's one of the finest films ever made in the history of cinema. Stand By Me.
There it is. Rob Reiner. It's all about Rob Reiner, of course. Stand By Me was a very important period for all of us because it really was the coming of age that you see on the screen. So much so that the first thought, and I know this is terrible, but the first...
No, I like where this is going. Do it.
The first thought that came to mind was me and River Phoenix renting dirty movies and watching them and giggling together. But the reason why it came into my mind was because I was at a Roger Waters concert about 6 months ago, and Reynold Gideon, the writer of Stand By Me, the screenplay writer, he goes, you know, I want to tell you a funny story. I said, what's that? He goes, well, I don't know if you remember this, but, you know, you were young, right? You were 12 or whatever, and you weren't able to go rent movies on your own. So I figured I would help you out by using my card to get you, you know, whatever you needed from the video store so you had some entertainment. So I put my card down and we did that. And, you know, I got the bill at the end of it and I expected to see like Disney princess movies or something, or, you know, maybe Superman or something like that. But instead, I find Caligula.
That's art, like, man.
Whoops, we were doing research for our characters, trying to figure out how to come of age, and now we know better.
It's true when we talk about Corey Haim and River Phoenix and, you know, so many of our peers, it is amazing that we are thriving. I don't know why the success rate is so hard. I don't know why having access to everything. I mean, think about it. You had to go and, like, seek this out. Now we have the internet and the flick of a finger. Everything is accessed. And now we're both parents, and it trips me out to think that we probably never would have wished on kids to have that much access. And now we're in it with every parent on the planet trying to protect our kids and keep them kids. And
innocence.
Not let them
keep that innocence.
Have the pitfalls that you and I were exposed to.
My child has just turned 18.
Oh my God.
So I can now proudly say I made it through 18 years without an arrest, without that call from the principal. So I am eternally grateful that we managed to make it through 18 years without any problems. And that's the gift, right? Like we know we had messed up childhoods, right? We know that we wanted to do what we could. I think even more so by overcompensating to make sure that we did a really good job with our kids, right?
Nothing has ever been more important to me than being the parent that I expect of myself. It makes me the most proud. There's nothing I will ever do in this world and in this life that's more important to me than raising good girls.
That's right.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so
Congratulations.
I love you.
I'm so happy for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dear old friend, Corey Feldman, thank you so much. Thank you.